tonight, a sexy rock legend. So the ladies are feeling a bit frisky. Oh, yeah, they are. Aren't they, Nikki? Oh, I feel a bit sick. Let's start the show! Gentlemen, we've got a great show for you tonight. Singing legend Rod Stewart is on the show. Yes, he is. Hollywood beauty Cameron Diaz is here. I know. And my favorite comedian Sarah Millican is here. Now, I should let you know, cycle fans, we were to have Tour de France and Olympic champion Bradley Wiggins on the show, but then this happened. Yeah. Now, listen, the good news is he's recovering well. Honestly, he's fine. I spoke to him earlier on the phone, and he seemed absolutely fine. Really. The line was a little muffled, but I think he seemed fine. He seemed fine. No, some of the papers, have you seen this? They're claiming that the accident happened because Bradley got rid of his famous lucky sideburns. They did. He must get them back, ladies and gentlemen. But where have they gone? Found one! Thrilled, ladies and gentlemen, to have Cameron Diaz back in the show. I loved Cameron in Charlie's Angels. Didn't you? Oh, isn't Hollywood great? See, in America, female crime fighters look like that. In Britain, we get... Yeah. The name's Vera Stanhope. Licensed to ride buses for free. Hey, Rod Stewart has also been in the news this week. He was at the football match where Celtic unbelievably beat Barcelona. I know. Oh, look at Rod there in tears. Oh, I know how he feels. I mean, I cry whenever I have to sit through a football match. Over the years, Rod has been friends with all the musical greats. Elton John, Ringo Starr, Celine Dion. Yeah, all of them. Rod, of course, a showbiz legend. And you know, the strange thing is, he looks exactly the same now as when he was a boy. I mean, here he is on his first day at school. Yeah. Oh, there we go! I'm only joking. That's Rob with his lovely wife, Penny. I think around the time she was appearing on Strictly Come Dancing. Oh, good news. I think we've just spotted Bradley Wiggins' other sideburn. Hey! Let's get the guest on! She's a Geordie sure to entertain. It's Sarah Millican! Oh! I'm so good to see you! Hello, darling. Oh! Please up now, Sarah Millican! Yes, we do think he's sexy. It is Rod Stewart! So dashing, so debonair. Hello. Oh, hello. Sit yourself down. And lights, camera, and action. It's Cameron Diaz! Woo! So nice to see you. All of the things. Oh, sit yourself down. Cameron, Rod, Cameron, Sarah, Rod. There you go.
Backstage, we met backstage.
Were you chatting? Very nice. And as I said in the thing, Bradley Wiggins, of course, he was supposed to be here, but he can't because he was injured. But apparently he's on the mend. He's on the mend. Thankfully. So if he's watching, get well soon. And as soon as you're fighting fit, you can be back here on the couch. Yeah, of course. Sarah, you live in that area. Do you drive a white van?
No, I don't.
That'd be a coup.
And you think I'm going to let you know about it here? No, I drive a black car, but I have knocked something over once. Is now the right time to tell you?
What did you knock over?
I killed a deer. Oh, no, I'm not proud. I wasn't aiming fart or anything. But it wasn't fast enough. I gave it a good shot, you know.
Where's that Wiggins gentleman? It's very uncomfortable.
No, I'm sorry, now, Cameron, now, do you even know who Bradley Wiggins is?
Yeah, it's crazy, but blonde girls, also American blonde women, do know who he is.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because in this month's Elle magazine...
Well, that's where I learned about who he was.
In this month's Elle magazine, Cameron was asked which of the following is not a type of British beer. Theakston's Old Peculiar, Timothy Taylor's Landlord, Brunswick Black Sabbath, or Bradley Wiggins' Leathery Saddle. Which one did you pick?
Which one wasn't the beer?
Yeah.
I think I said Bradley Wiggins.
No, you
I?
didn't. You went with Brunswick Black Sabbath.
I want to know if that's actually been recorded.
Just accept your mistake, darling.
No, I didn't know who he was at that time. It's been painfully rubbed in my face, actually, yes.
Lovely leathery saddle. Nice. Someone else is recovering from a big shock. We saw you, Rod.
Don't get me started
No,
again.
seriously.
Oh.
You know what? I think you probably think we're gonna. It was so lovely how emotional we were. So, was the idea that there was no way known Celtic could beat Barcelona?
Yeah, they're supposed to be the best team in the world, and they are really. They're a brilliant team. If you know your football, they're the best team to watch. It's to take them on and actually beat them is just wonderful.
No, we've got the footage of you at the end.
I thought you'd have the footage.
Oh, but no, but it's so honestly, it's sweet. Here you go. They've just won, and look, oh,
Silly old sod.
look. Oh, it's adorable. Who's the big guy beside you?
That's my best mate. He's a second-hand car dealer called Big Honest Al.
Is that the pinnacle of the dream now, or are you hoping they can go all the way?
Well, they can go all the way now, get into the last 16 of Champions League. We have a game against Benfica, which I'm sure you know about.
Yes, of course.
And
It's a tapas bar somewhere, isn't it?
We have a game against Spartak Moscow, which I'm sure Cameron knows about. You know.
I know nothing.
But Cameron, you are spending, it seems, loads of time over here now.
I know, I've been here a lot. I've made 2 films here. I made the film Gambit here last 2 springs ago. And I've made, just got done with The Counselor, Ridley Scott's film here. Just was here for September, most of September.
And now you're here to tell us about Gambit, because it's the cast, so it's you already, Cameron Diaz is in it, but then it's just a roll call of great British acting. I mean, Colin Firth is in it, Alan Rickman, Tom Courtenay. Were you a bit freaked out to be in a movie with all those people?
Terrified. Absolutely, because they all do like theatre, you know, and they have a grasp on the English language. They can speak it in many different ways. I, on the other hand, you know, I'm from Long Beach, California. I am linguistically challenged. It is a difficulty for me to even get my thoughts to my tongue. And I have a lazy tongue because I'm from California, and so like we talk like us because we don't actually ever use our tongue ever. Right? Everybody's like, we're from California, so we like really don't even know how to confuse our so like it was really scared. I have to like say a lot of words.
That's a lazy tongue, but mind boggles.
Talk us through the plot a bit. So it's a comedy caper involving art.
Yes, so basically Colin's character is he's a curator for Alan's art collection. And Alan is a massive billionaire, very wealthy, and he treats him terribly. And Colin wants to get back at him, so he pretends he has a painting, a Monet painting, that has been missing, painted, and he pretends that my character has had it in the her trailer that she lives in Texas for her entire life that her grandfather had found during World War II. So he's just trying to have Alan buy it from me so he can get the money. It's sort of like an old-fashioned style, you know, like very comforting in your humor. It's, you know, very British.
But yeah, there's
exactly
big,
what you want to watch.
There's big physical jokes in it.
Lots of physical comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, and nudity.
Yes.
A lot of nudity.
Is Colin Firth nude at any point?
from the waist down without trousers, but he has his shorts on, so it's
His
not
shorts
as
on, so you just see his legs. Is that what
you
you're
see
saying?
his legs, but you understand it was meant for a comedy bit, his legs, and it's hilarious. It's very funny legs, if you can imagine. I know, women, it might spoil the illusion a little bit.
Steady.
But only the legs.
If you want to see Alan Rickman,
And
Sarah,
Alan Rickman.
there's a lot of Alan in it.
All of
That'll
Alan
do.
in
That'll
it.
do.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Really?
Yes.
You won't leave the cinema going, I wish we'd seen more of Alan Rickman.
Okay, I'll go.
I'm telling you that. So listen, Gambit, it opens on the 21st of November, and we've got a clip. This is when the Colin Firth character, Harry Dean, comes to Texas and meets your family for the first time. So listen, in the movie you play a cowgirl, and you filmed at Real Rodeo. Was it a Real Rodeo, or was that all in Britain?
No, that's in New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
We went to New Mexico for all.
And tell me, because I laughed so hard, the monkeys.
Real, totally. We hired them. They existed already.
So they actually go to rodeos?
Yeah, they're monkeys, little monkeys
These
on
are,
the back of
these are
clubs.
little monkeys who ride dogs
They
at
call
the
them
rodeo.
monkeys. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and I think they're teaching them the lasso as well.
Because you learned how to...
I did.
Did you really learn to do it?
Yeah.
Seriously, did you learn to do it?
Seriously.
Because you say that out loud, it's a talk show, I will have a rope.
I know. I get to learn things like that for no.
Didn't you own a have we stolen your shoe?
Have you
Sorry.
lost your shoe?
Something happened
Has
to
Rod
my
Stewart...
shoe.
Have you hidden your shoe? That old trick. Hey, listen, let's talk about Rod Stewart's autobiography.
That's what I want to know about.
Honest to God, it is quite the life you have led, sir. The stories in here, I mean, I blushed a little. Your lovely lady wife, Penny, said, have you read this book, Penny? Did Penny know all the stories in it before?
Yeah, of course, she knows about everything. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing in there that shocked you, was it, darling?
I knew I wasn't marrying a saint.
But whatever about the inside of the book, all over, because Penny took the picture on the front.
Yeah.
And how did Penny get that sort of little glint in your eye there, Rod?
She wore a very, very short skirt and no knickers. I'm going to get killed when I go.
I didn't know that. And I think what's unusual about the book is because, you know, we've read books of, you know, rock and roll excess and stuff, and they normally end up in quite a dark place.
Yeah.
But yours doesn't. Like, you didn't seem to have any demons. It just seems like you really enjoyed it.
It's a sunny book. It's really bright. And because I was never really, you know, I did drugs, but I was never mad on them. You know, they never upset my life. I never went to rehab. It didn't interfere with my marriages and my children. You know, I never even bought any in my life.
But when you look at all your contemporaries, you must feel really lucky.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think
That here you are, you know, happy and well.
Yeah,
and
come out the end really well.
And the other thing that really shocked me was, you know, when you started and when success hit, the amount of money that was knocking around. I mean, it was instant, it seemed. What was that amazing, you know, you bought a beautiful gift for Elton John.
It wasn't that beautiful.
Well, it sounds fancy.
Do you want me to tell a story?
Yeah.
OK, Elton and I were really good mates. So he's a very generous man, and I love him dearly. So I went into Harrods and I saw this ice box. And what you do is you press a button, and the table comes up, and the champagne comes out with all the glasses, there's all colourful lights, and there's froth coming out. It's gorgeous. So I thought, it was £300, which was a lot of money in those days. So I gave it to Elton, he came round, I gave him his Christmas present, he said, "Here's yours, dear." It was a Rembrandt. How cheap did I feel? It was a Rembrandt,
Because I mean, the music world is kind of famous for excess. And sort of, Cameron, you've been around the music world, you've been in Hollywood. Which do you think is more excessive?
You know, I think that the music industry is just much more flashy. You know, you're usually a one-man show, or you're really putting on a show. You're up on stage. You got to make it bright and shiny and sparkly so people will watch. You know, so I think it's a little bit more. You know, the music industry is a little fancier. You know, actors just want to be in the background, be like, you know. But we have a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah. I saw how worried you were about that shoe going missing.
Yeah.
You were like, where the hell is that shoe?
Well, if I don't return it, I'm going to have to pay for it.
It's the comedy world now, Sarah. I mean...
It's pretty rock and roll, to be honest.
There's a lot of money knocking around. Have you gone a bit rock and roll?
Well, yeah, I finished my tour, and to celebrate, I caught up on the last episode of Downton Abbey. Yeah, thank you. And had a ham sandwich. But the ham sandwich had been in my bag all day, so the mayonnaise was a little bit iffy, so it was, yeah, a bit crazy.
Crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. I could have totally had the shits the next day.
Now, one of my favourite sections in the book, and this is so you. So, you know, the story of his life, but then every now and again he'll stop for, you know, a discussion of something. So there's a whole section on your hair.
By public demand.
No, because your hair, I mean, it's signature hair. It is signature hair.
Yeah.
So when you started, I mean, the work, because it was all your own work in the beginning.
Well, it was actually before hair dryers and hair lacquer when I started this haircut. We used to do it. I saw guys when I was busking as a beatnik in the 60s, and they had their hair all backcombed and bouffant in Paris. So I came home and started doing it. So what I used to do is put, you know, warm water and sugar in my hair and just wait for it to dry, because my mum didn't have hair dryer. Swear to God, I had to walk about a mile to go to my sister's to dry my hair. So that's how I got it up. The hair, that is.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I hear warm water and sugar gets a lot of things up.
It gets me up when it's got a tea bag in it.
But you are one of the people, you found a style, and my God, you said, like, there's a picture of you and Freddie Mercury, and look, it's the same. It's the same.
On a theme.
But it's the same hair. So have you ever thought about changing it?
No, it will never sit down. I've tried other hairstyles like yourself. And it won't lay
Going
down.
bald.
It doesn't. It won't lay down.
My hairstyle. My hair
You should go
lifestyle.
see Wayne Rooney's doctor.
But what if
It's
it
brilliant
falls?
what he's done.
But what if it falls out again?
He's a footballer, by the way.
Thank you.
And look at your hair. I say look at your hair, but really we're looking at the outfit. That's a fabulous picture.
Look at me old pump and tool bag there, look.
It's just fabulous, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
it's
just
beautiful.
fantastic.
Guts and all.
It is.
It's amazing. Where are the men like you today? Is what I
On the floor.
That looks like a good time.
Bless you.
But it's true, your hair is like a barometer of how you're feeling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If I get sick, me and Ronnie Wood are the same, you know, he's in the Rolling Stones.
I know who he is.
Yes,
I do.
right. When we get sick, our hair just collapses. Does yours? Does yours just go
When you get
grab
sick?
when you get sick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Usually.
And yours?
Look at it. I'm constantly ill. But Tamara, is it true that you wanted a Rod Stewart hairdo?
The first haircut that I ever paid for, that my mother didn't cut in the kitchen with the orange-handled scissors that we cut open the boxes with, was she took me to the mall, and I ended up walking out with I wanted the Rod Stewart haircut, and I came out with, it was more like I'll show you which picture it was.
Okay, go.
It was...
We'll be here all night because there's a lot of good pictures
Oh, is
in that
there?
book.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was more... Oh, yeah, you're right. But, anyhow...
It was a good plug for the book.
It was a very... Yes, I'm going to take... What? Oh, wait, I've just fallen into the words of this book. 'Cause it's, I can't take my eyes off.
absorbing
Oh, yeah,
story.
so it was this one, more like this hairdo right there. So, like,
okay.
super short on top, the crop, and then a little bit longer. Yeah, the
Oh.
crop top.
Let's see what you might have looked like. If you stare into camera 5 there, see that one there? Let's just see what you would have looked like with Rod's hair. Now, can I just... What I'm saying is, you don't look bad.
Oh.
You don't look bad. But have you ever seen EastEnders?
This is why I don't have an iPhone, is so that I don't do the apps on there, because I'd be all day long, I'd be like taking pictures of myself, like, and then like putting different haircuts on.
Do you want to go, Sarah?
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, wait, now, we
It's
just
so
need to
much
go. You
fun.
want to cover one? We're going to... Oh, we're going in close. We're going in
Don't go
close.
too close. If you went in a bit closer, you'd have seen the real one.
It was a little bit November there for a second.
My fella's doing November.
Oh, is
He's
he?
doing it, yeah, quite like it. Oh. But I've decided I'm going to do Fanuary. Have you heard of Fanuary? It's a thing. You just sort of let it go to rack and ruin.
I have a girlfriend who is obsessed with having a 70s bush. I mean, she is obsessed with it. And when she takes a bath, it like literally sways like seaweed. It sways. All of our girlfriends were like, would you please, just trim it, please. I can't take it anymore.
A pair of scissors for Christmas.
And now her husband's in on it. He's like, really, seriously, I can't take it anymore. One time...
She got a boyfriend?
She's married.
Oh, fine.
But that's how much she loves her. But one time we had like a total, we took her into the bathroom, we pinned her down, she had just gotten out of the bathtub. We all lost our mind because we were like, the seaweed was going. So we pinned her into the shower. One of our girlfriends had a pair of scissors and a comb, and the other three of us were holding her down like against the wall, and our friend was in there like...
Is there any footage?
But it was one of that's how much we loved it. It was hilarious. It was literally one of the funniest things ever.
I love the seaweed image. So listen, it's a lovely time for you to have written this book, kind of looking back, because there's one picture in the book that I think is just such a happy thing, and you must be so pleased when you look at it. It's you, it's all your kids, it's your grandkid, and then the woman you love took the picture.
Yeah, she did. Bless her.
I mean, that must just...
Yeah, that's a lot of children.
Yeah, it is a lot of children.
I didn't have a television.
But then, because, you know, you're a very hands-on father, and the book, again, you've got a great section of tips on parenting. And they're proper, like, they're proper hands-on tips.
Well, some of them are pretty brutal, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, tough love. I like your packed lunches for your kids.
Yeah,
Talk us through what you do with a packed lunch.
Well, that's a long story, because I love model railroads. So what I do with my son, you know, he's only 6, I put in his lunch bag little tiny people, a little bit of rail, anything that throws him, and Celtic things that makes him think of his dad when he opens up his lunch.
Is there any lunch in there at all?
Penny, you do the lunch, darling.
There's lunch in there as well.
Not much room for it.
I'll just end up eating the people.
The best one in there is when your teenager or your younger children won't get up, flood their bedroom with alarm clocks where they can't get them. Or a tape of bagpipes outside their door.
Because Sarah Millican down there, your dad taught you how to do just weird things. Didn't he teach you how to kill a dog?
Yeah. I've never done it. I've just killed a deer. Shut up. No, because there was a period of time when it was the summer and a lot of dogs were going crazy and they were inbred and it was all horrible, and there was a lot of kids being attacked by dogs, and I was out playing and he taught me how to use an umbrella to go under its collar and then just twist, because that gives you a bit of purchase. But the problem was that I had to then, as a child, carry an umbrella everywhere. And then if you don't have a collar on, you've got to take a collar, you've got to try and get a collar on it. No.
But now you've turned your dad into a kind of celebrity, because he's on your TV show.
He is on the show, yeah.
Does he like it?
He loves it, yeah. When the first episode that he was on aired, the next day I spoke to him and I said, how does it feel? And he said, I got recognised today. And I said, oh my God. And I said, where were you? And he said, I was at the dentist and I was recognised. And I went, that's because that's your dentist. He's been going there for years.
But the TV show, it's going great guns. There's another series you're filming now.
Yes, we are.
When's the first one? When might we see
We've
it?
got a Christmas special and then it starts again in January.
OK, and people cannot wait for the Christmas special. Sweet Jesus in heaven. Sarah Millican has a DVD out.
I do indeed.
You do. And this is Thoroughly Modern Millican, and this is the last
The tour I've just finished, yes.
You love your touring, don't
I
you?
really do. I love it. But I can't have a DVD out at the same time as the tour because I have a horrible feeling that people would just be mouthing along. It's terrifying. But yeah, so I finished touring and I start touring again next September.
Where do you play when you tour? What sort of arenas?
I don't do arenas. I don't like comedy in arenas. I think I like it in theatres. I like to be able to see people's faces.
Intimate.
Yeah. So I mean, the last ones we just did was at the Hammersmith Apollo. That's where we
that's
did.
lovely,
So
yeah.
it's a beautiful room.
Now, obviously, all three of you have done very well in life. But now, Cameron and Rod, you didn't do brilliantly in school.
No.
And Rod,
Clearly.
you didn't even like music class, did you?
No, I hated it, absolutely. I had no musical inclinations whatsoever when I was young.
Because Sarah, you were like a model pupil.
Oh.
I liked school.
You were very bookish.
I was very bookish. I didn't have many friends, but I got all my GCSEs. And they're more important. No, they're not. I'm fine. Yeah, I was always very bookish. Even when I was little, I didn't play out very much. I had an imaginary library. The books were real, but the customers, not so much.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, and I made tickets for them all, and you know, and I fined people. Oh, it's hot.
But is it true, the thing about you had a T-shirt?
Oh yeah, my mum bought me a T-shirt that had "I love school" on it, and underneath, in italics, it said "when it's closed." See, funny. But I thought that I would get told off by the teachers, so I tucked the bottom bit in. So I just wandered around with a T-shirt that said "I love school." I was bullied for years.
But there were rumours about you in school, were there not?
Oh yeah, well but you know that's how you end up being a comedian, and maybe this has happened to you as well, Graham. You get slightly bullied at school, and that's how you end up. I think it helps when you become a comic. But yeah, I remember the girls used to shout lesbian at me a lot, and they'd shout lesbian, lesbian, you're a lesbian. And I got home, and I was about 8 or 9, and I didn't know what it was. I said to my Mum, what's a lesbian? And she went, oh God. It took her by surprise, I think, a little bit. And then she had to think, and she said, it means that you like girls more than you like boys. So the next day when I went in, they went, lesbian, I went, yes, I am.
Boy smell.
Yeah.
But talking of rumours, like someone like you, Cameron, I guess because of being in Hollywood, being a star, just rumours, there's always rumours circulating.
Always rumors, yeah.
Like you're currently dating Tom Cruise, I know.
Oh my God, I am?
Yes, I read that with interest. You only wash in Evian.
Apparently. So, no, there's always some little tiny truth, right?
Don't be rude about Tom.
No, Tom. I love Tom. He's my friend.
Steady on there, Norton.
You know, Tom, the funny thing is that I apparently had spent my birthday with, celebrating it with Tom, and we, that we're dating. I came in to do the counselor. It was the night before my birthday. I went downstairs to have a bite to eat in the hotel. Penelope and Javier were staying at the hotel. Tom and Connor, his son, were having dinner with the two of them. They all invited me to sit next to him because apparently they still like me as a friend because we all know each other. I sat down with them, had dinner at midnight. I went, oh, I'm 40, yay. Everybody's like, no way, let's take a picture. Took a picture. Oh, so great to see you. I haven't seen you so long. Be well. Have fun filming. You too. See you later. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, Tom and I hadn't seen Tom for weeks when all of a sudden, and I still haven't seen him since my birthday, we're apparently dating, like full on. He's coming after me. I was like, I can see where they might have gotten that.
Taking it slowly.
Exactly, and the Evian thing is, started with Demi Moore years before me, and I think Nicole Kidman had it for a while, and then I got it. And that's just because I won't wash my face in a trailer. You know, the trailers that we work out of, that we live in. They have the water tanks are in there. You don't know how long they've been in those trailers where they just water sits there forever and ever and ever. And I'm not gonna, at the end of work, I'm not going to wash my face with that water. So I wash my face with a bottle of Evian.
So that's not really a rumor at all. That's just true.
Yes, it is true. But it's not that I Only. The thing is that I will only bathe in Evian.
But now, in terms of rumours, I couldn't believe it when I got to that bit in the book. Rod Stewart is the source of the Nile, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, he's the grandfather of all rumours. We've heard this rumour about so many pop stars over the years. I thought it was Mark Almond. I thought he was the source of the Nile. But it's you.
I'm going to go behind.
I'm not going to tell it.
I'm going to go...
I'm not going to tell it. I'm not going to tell I can't tell it, but I thought you could tell it, because it's...
Do you want me to read it out?
Do you mean the one about the sailors?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I used to have this a gay publicist that worked for me, and I had to fire him because he did something terrible. And he was a mean bitch. So he spread this rumour that I was with half a dozen sailors in San Diego, giving them blowjobs, and I had to take them to the hospital to have my stomach pumped.
I remember that when I was a child, hearing that rumor.
My kids were at school.
It's terrible.
But is this like
this
Cameron's
is the shit
rumour?
they make up.
Is this like Cameron's rumour that's like a little bit true? Like, have you... Did you just get on your face?
No, I believe we've got footage of the first time Rod heard that rumour. Yeah, that was good. Not you as well! Get off me! Get off me! Well, Rod, you might like to clear your throat, because it is time for music. Now, your musical career, it's just had this extraordinary divide in it, where you had all yours, and then the American songbooks came along, and you've now got a new one, and this is Christmas, Merry Christmas, Baby.
Merry Christmas, Baby, yeah.
But very exciting that in the new year, after, is it 17 years? Of not writing your own stuff, you are...
Yeah, thank you. There's a new album coming out, like a rock album next year, which I've written 11 songs for, which is...
That's not... You know, we love this stuff. It would be great to hear the old Rod again.
Plenty of songs in the old violin yet, Graham.
Ah, lovely. So, what are you performing for us tonight for the Christmas
Have
album?
yourself a Merry Christmas.
Ah, lovely. Well, if you want to go get ready with the orchestra...
Thank you, ladies.
There he goes. Lovely. So, in a moment, we'll have the Speak Stories in the famous red chair. But first, getting us in the Yuletide mood, it is Mr. Rod Stewart! Hey, come and join us, too. Beautiful doll. Just gorgeous. No. Seriously, you've been fantastic tonight. Thank you so much. Have a seat there. Have a seat there.
Welcome back.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
I think I had something in my throat.
Stop. Now, I don't think there will be stories in the red chair to rival any of Rod's tonight. But you never know. Let's see. Who's in the red chair first? Hi. Hi. How you doing? Now, he's in the brace position. He's obviously not feeling confident about this story. He's got the hat on. He's ready to leave. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Ade.
Ade?
Yeah.
And what do you do, Ade?
I work in retail.
Oh, yeah. What sort of retail?
Sports.
Sports. Okay.
Yep.
Is it on a high street at all?
It's in a shopping complex.
Oh, okay. Is it a major chain?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Tell you, tomorrow when you get in, they'll be thrilled you didn't mention them. They'll say thank you, Ade, because too many people come into this shop looking for sports equipment. Thanks for keeping it on the down low. There's a lot of, we want to buy something. Get out. It's Saturday. Come on, we're busy enough. Okay, Ade, off you go with the story.
Right, when I was younger, a couple years back, I was flicking through some dirty channels, and then...
You were flicking through what?
Some dirty channels.
Oh, Ade.
Yeah. It had to happen.
Dirty channels, Rod.
Sorry, they're my appliance.
Yeah, so I was flicking through, and then gradually I got bored of them, so I thought, yeah, let me change the channel, and then all of a sudden the TV froze, and then it froze in a compromising position with a woman. So I was trying to disconnect the box, like trying to restart it, switch it off, but it didn't. So I thought, if I go to sleep, try and wake up, it'll be gone. So everyone's leaving the house, and then my grandma comes down. She wants to watch the news, and she gets a bit more than what she asked for.
Is that the end of your dirty story?
It is.
Thank you very much. One more? Okay, here we go. Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Yasmin,
Yasmin. And where do you live, Yasmin?
in Kingston.
Oh, Kingston's lovely. Particularly this time of year, autumn in Kingston. People go for the day. And Yasmin, what do you do in Kingston?
I'm a student.
A student? What are you studying?
History.
History? Just general, or are you specialising?
Doing witchcraft at the moment.
Witchcraft! They're very Halloween-y. Okay, Yasmin, off you go with your exciting tale.
Well, I managed to get on a date with this really, really fit bloke, and...
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
You are studying witchcraft. That just came out of my mouth. That just came out of my mouth. I can't believe... No, I can't... No, I can't pull that. No, you're telling your story, and you're going to get a cash prize. No. Come on.
We were halfway through, the starter, and I had some garlic bread, and I didn't realise, but he just leant over spontaneously for a snog, and I belched straight in his mouth. He asked me out for a second date, so, you know.
He did ask you have a second date?
He did.
What, and you didn't belch that time, did you?
No, I didn't.
No?
Other things happened, but we won't talk about that right now.
Well, Yasmin, please walk, if you can. Let's go! Yasmin, why was I so rude to Yasmin? I can't believe I was so rude to Yasmin.
You were so nice
I
most
know.
of all the time.
It was inside
Usually
voice,
you only say
and
those
suddenly
things when
blip.
you usually say that when the camera, when it's
I
shut down and you
know.
tell all of us.
I say that when I'm watching television, not when I'm on it. They're bad host.
You have the power to cut it if you want to.
I won't get it. It's hilarious. Pretending to be sorry. Oh my God. Well done, everyone, and you've got to join us on the show and have a go in the red chair. You can contact us via our website at this very address. Thank you to my guests tonight, Sarah Millican, Rod Stewart, and Cameron Diaz. Now, I'm not here next week as it's Children in Need, but join me in 2 weeks' time with actress Helena Bonham Carter, comedian Jack Whitehall, globetrotter Michael Palin, and singing star Michael Bublé. I'll see you then. Good night, everyone.